Train is coming all around the world, talking about freedom. Yeah, bring it on. Drop what you're doing, climb on board. All it costs you is a song. On the outside.
We're back. This is Life Outside the Box, Life Outside the Cage. And today is Saturday, February 16th, 2008. This is the Harry Thomas Show Week in Review. I'm your host, Harry Thomas. All the news and media that I talk about on the show can be found at harrythomas.info. We're fighting world government and we're exposing corruption, trying to alert the people, the masses, that we are under attack. Here it come out of CBS Friday, February 15, 2008. Bush's spy bill stance called fear-mongering. And they're trying to scare you into accepting it, folks. And I'm telling you, it's a big hoax. They want to scare you into accepting a controversial new bill that would expand the government's ability to spy on Americans. And President Bush warned that our country is facing terror strikes that would make September 11th pale by comparison in order to sell the bill. In response, critics of the new bill accused Mr. Bush of fear-mongering. And I'm telling you what, they're planning something big. And they're going to try to get Americans to accept martial law and scare the people right into it. And we need to let the people know that this is wrong. This is not, this is all staged events. A plan that is purposely being done and has been in implementation for a great many decades. Here we go, come out of Global Research. Rule by fear or rule by law. Since 9/11, and seemingly without the notice of most Americans, the federal government has assumed the authority to institute martial law, arrest a wide swath of dissidents, citizen and non-citizen alike, and detain people without legal or constitutional recourse in an event of an emergency influx of immigrants into the U.S. or to support the rapid development of new programs. Beginning in 1999, the government has entered into a series of single-bid contracts with Halliburton subsidiary Kellogg, Brown & Root to build detention camps at undisclosed locations within the United States. And all these contracts are illegal. They should be illegal anyway. They're also building thousands of rail cars reportedly equipped with shackles to transport detainees. You know, they're planning on doing a big roundup, okay? And it's all part of these big spying programs that they're doing. They're watching all of us, and they're going to try to round all of us up and say that we're terrorists and scare the other people into going along with their programs, going along with their push for world government, global control, and tyranny. I mean, this is an abomination. The 2007 National Defense Authorization Act has now said that the use of armed forces is allowable in major public emergencies. That's the end of posse comitatus that says that the military is not supposed to be performing domestic duties against their own citizens. They're here to protect us, not to control us. That's what our founding fathers set this up for. That's why we have a Constitution and a Bill of Rights, and we're going to get together and start demanding that we follow the principles that this country is built on, the principles for freedom, okay? This is a beacon of freedom for the rest of the world. We need to lead and set by example, not by bullying the world, not by bullying our own citizens into going along with tyranny. This stuff needs to be stopped. The Military Commissions Act of 2006 now allows for the indefinite imprisonment of anyone, even if you donate money to a charity that turns up on a terrorist organization list. And the terrorists now are anyone who speaks out against government policies. Okay, and you can be held now in secret trials. Okay, this is not America. This is not what America is supposed to be. You know, and Obama is pushing a bill that would mandate a global tax front runner is pushing a bill that will lead the implementation of a UN global tax costing the U.S. at least $845 billion over 13 years in the name of fighting worldwide poverty. And they always make it sound like it's this noble cause and stuff, but really what they're doing is setting a precedent. And here it is right here, the word implementation. And that's what they slowly do, is they slowly implement these programs and these bureaucracies on you. They build up these huge government spending programs, and they make you pay for your own enslavement. I mean, this is the biggest scam that there is. I can't believe that more people haven't woken up to this. And not only do they slowly implement it, they slowly acclimate you through the media, through TV, through movies, through any kind of media outlets they can, magazines, books, anything, to get you used to certain ideas so that when things happen, they're not so shocking to you and you will be able to accept it. And then they play on that with these mind control programs that they're using to incite fear in people to be going along with these tyrannical implementation of programs. I mean, this is just sick. All right, and Keith Olbermann on Countdown, he had a special comment on the fear card. Keith called out the GOP for their walkout today and Bush for caring more about telecom immunity than actually protecting Americans against terrorism. And it is true. They're letting these spy programs and these companies get full immunity. They're letting businessmen get full immunity on shoot-to-kill orders during martial law. If you don't know anything about InfraGard, get yourself informed about that. I mean, this is just incredible. And you know, this is a global tax they're pushing for. They're using fear. Now here they are coming again for global tax. Skeptical global warming scientists to challenge the consensus. Hundreds of experts are to meet in New York. Will the media blackball the story to maintain the climate myth? I mean, there's tons of experts, scientists are saying this is a hoax. And I've talked about it on the show before. The great global warming swindle. I mean, this is just a hoax. I mean, now they're talking about global cooling, and we heard that before in the 70s. And I remember that. Myself, they were talking about that. I mean, they don't even know themselves what's going on from day to day. You got reports out of Germany proving that the government is conducting weather modification, and they're saying it's happening widespread right here in the United States, and I've seen it myself. I've seen the trails coming out of the plains saying this doesn't look right. They're all over the place. They're not going away like a regular jet stream would. This is blatant. The Mexico president now, he's saying that the U.S. should not close its doors to migrants. You know why? Because they want this North American Union, and because of a lot of attention's been brought to that, they're coming with this other scheme. They're planning an underway for the EU-USA common market. They want to make this transatlantic policy network and create a European Union style integration with the United States directly. And this is also being quietly created. I mean, the public needs to be aware of this. The public's attention needs to be drawn to this. I mean, Gordon Brown says radical changes are needed to the IMF and World Bank. This come out of the Independent. Bad news still to come about the world economy. They said that Brown is telling people they have no proper mechanisms to deal with climate change, failed states, health pandemics, and globalization. Mr. Brown says there was not enough globalization when it comes to world bodies, and that they need more control over us. World bodies, globalization. Mr. Gordon Brown talked about calling for a new world order, and you can go check it out. Him, Bill Clinton, the Bushes, they all calling for it. They all got their secret foreign relation committees, councils in each of the countries, and they are pushing for this. This needs to be resisted. It needs to be stopped. I'm going to be back in the next segment to expose a whole bunch more corruption.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death
death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh,